humans buy into kind of a group energy thing. They buy into a group energy. They really believe in it. Everything's about a group. It's kind of an old Atlantean hangover thing, but people still buy into it. That you're part of a group, of a community, of a commune in some way. Energy, therefore, life is communal. The master doesn't see it that way. The master is part of no group, no community, no commune. The master is sovereign unto themselves. So we come to this point in what we're doing together, and you realize that this isn't a group activity. You notice that Shambhara, we can come together, we can talk, we can have fun, but to live together, to have to have a commune together would never work. In a way, you're not part of a group. You're sovereign beings. We come together for a dance once in a while. But you're not dependent on, you don't rely on the group, nor would I or any of the other ascended masters want you to be. You come to this point and you realize that there's no group energy. It's all yours. That's a little disconcerting at first because humans rely and depend on group dynamics. Their families, their friends, their just even the presence of another human once in a while. They like affinity groups. They like to belong to different things. You know, with Crimson Circle, there's no belonging. There's no membership. There's no dues. There's none of that. You are sovereign beings. We come together in a dance once in a while, but you do not belong to the group. It's the same now with really any of that group consciousness. And some of you are going to have a hard time with this because you feel it's the right thing to do to be part of a community. And some of you feel that group energy is important, but you come to realize as a master that you go beyond that. It's a little scary because some people don't like being that, you could say, alone. But as a sovereign being, you're never really alone. You have yourself. And then maybe some other sovereign beings. But we come to this point and it's time to ungroup. And you've probably been sensing that in the last 3 or 4 weeks. At first you start sensing a lack of not belonging to anything anymore. You even wonder, do I belong to Crimson Circle? No, you never did. You start realizing you feel so disconnected from groups, from things. That is a natural feeling that anyone coming into their mastery feels. And it's a little frightening, a little scary at first. Because the society says, no, you should be a part of things. No, you're a sovereign being. Sovereign beings can dance with other sovereign beings and never take each other's energy, never harm each other, never have to give somebody else energy or anything else. It's a free-form dance. But humans, they're going to try to continue to feed off your energy. I think we've kind of have an understanding of that now through the sexual energy school, not to allow that. Don't let them do that. But they're going to continue to try. They're going to continue to try to group onto you. Now you come to the point in this amazing work we're doing together where you realize that it's not a group energy anymore. It's kind of like to use an analogy, it's kind of like you have a potluck dinner. And you bring the dessert, and you bring the beans, and you bring the bread, and you bring the fish, and you bring a salad, and you bring some cheese. That's kind of how humans are. It's a big potluck. Everybody brings a little something to the table, and then we have a complete meal. What do you bring to the potluck if you're a sovereign being? Wine. Yeah, that is true. You bring a bottle of wine and you eat everybody else's food. Yes, thank you. It's all there. There's no potluck. There's no group thing. You're there, and everything is there with you. And depends on what you're in the mood for, but it's just there. You bring the whole damn thing. And you don't need to each individually bring something. But I want you to really feel into this for a moment, because we come to this point and it's about ungrouping, and it feels awkward, and some of you are going to get on social media and scream at me for it, but I'm used to that. So, and just don't pick on Linda anymore. Comes to the point where we ungroup, so you're truly sovereign. And the beauty is then, when you're with other sovereign beings, you can dance all night long. Never take away somebody else's energy, and never have them take away yours. That's where the miracles occur. That's where Shambhala projects in the future, whether you do it on your own or you join with other sovereign beings, that true miracles occur. Feel into that for a moment. Being sovereign, being ungrouped. I'm not saying communities or organizations or any of that is bad. It's good for people, for a lot of people at that time, at that point in their life, but now it's time you go beyond that. It's kind of like, in a way, what with the ancestral freedom. It was time to let go of the ancestors. This time it's time to let go of the human group mentality. Humans kind of need to feel that they're, well, a part of that. And never all, but they need to feel they're a little part of that. And we go beyond. And over the next couple of weeks, this will get you to do some thinking and to some feeling and wondering if you heard it right. But then come back to how I opened this part of the discussion with the practical magic for the modern Merlin is when sovereign beings get together, the dance is amazing. That's when the magic occurs. And you're seeing it now in some of the Shambhala projects. That's when the magic occurs.